Okay, so it's a little bit strange because we just reviewed a film, of course, starring Rasmus King called Bosch and Rocket. Now we're going to take a look at his other film that is out at the moment called Six Festivals, which is directed by Macario de Souza, a well-known Aussie musician. Now, Six Festivals, I know for Bosch and Rocket, I said this was one of the best coming-of-age films I'd ever seen. So is Six Festivals. I know it sounds so weird praising two films that star the same guy, but Six Festivals is an absolutely amazing film and a must-see if you're a fan of the Australian music scene. In fact, if you grew up in the Australian music scene, going to festivals and going to shows, you are going to resonate so much with this film. The film is about three friends: James, played by Rory Potter; Maxie, played by Rasmus King; and Summer, played by Yasmin Honeychurch. Now, they come from a small town. Summer dreams about being a singer, and she's influenced by someone that grew up in their town called Marley, played by Guyala Bales, who has just started to make it as a musician. Now, Summer, Maxie, and James decide that they are going to break into a local music festival. They're not old enough to go on their own, so they come up with this plan that'll get them in for free. Now, they experience it, they love it, but before midnight, they get caught by the police. And it's while they're being questioned by police that James lets something slip to the other two, and that is that he's being diagnosed with cancer, and the prognosis is not good. Now, James wants to ignore that. He doesn't want to focus on the fact that things don't look good for him. In fact, he wants to focus on being able to put on his own music festival in 12 months' time. Now, the three of them decide that what they're going to do over the next 12 months is to attend as many music festivals as they can, see as many artists as they can, meet them, and try and invite them to James's festival. Now, this becomes a very, very strong film about friendship. It becomes a very strong film about what music can mean to different people and how important music can be to people. But above all, like I said, this is a film about friendship and being there for each other. Now, these kids don't have great lives. In fact, you could possibly say that James, despite what he's going through, possibly has the best life because he's got a mum that is willing to be there and support him. And she decides to go on the mission with them and help these kids get into music festivals. Meanwhile, Maxie has got hell going on in his life. His brother, Kane, who's played by Rasmus King's brother, Caius, is just a terrible life. His brother tries to get him to smuggle drugs into music festivals for him so that if he gets caught, his brother goes to jail and he doesn't. Now, because Maxie's mum is, I think he says, deceased during the film, and his dad is in jail, he's happy to go along with his brother's plans because he needs someone there in his life. But what I see with this movie is, and I don't think anybody has ever managed to capture what music means to somebody in this way on screen before, except for in Almost Famous. In fact, I would put this film up with Almost Famous as one of the best coming-of-age stories told in the music scene. The music festival scenes in this film are just absolutely amazing. The way they capture the vibe of a festival, the way they capture the people at the festivals is stunning. But at the same time, we have this really serious storyline going on where Summer wants to take that next step with her career, but she's too nervous. Maxie's got all the pressures with his brother, and James is extremely ill. But this is an absolutely stunning film. I can't wait to see where Mac de Souza goes after this film, because I think he can become a very, very important filmmaker in this country. Like I said with my review of Bosch and Rocket, Rasmus King is amazing in this film again. If you didn't know that this kid hadn't been acting for 20 years, you would swear that he had been, because he is an amazing actor. He handles everything that's thrown at him with this film, as does Yasmin Honeychurch and Rory Potter. They are fantastic in this as well. In fact, Rory Potter deserves a lot of credit for what he goes through with his character, James. I think this is an absolutely brilliant, amazing film. I think it's a film that possibly every youngster in Australia should see. Should be shown in high schools to show kids how to handle peer pressure, how to handle things that are thrown at them in life. I thought this was just an absolutely stunning and amazing film. In fact, I'm going to give it 5 stars, and I can't wait to see what these 3 kids do next, and also what Mac D'Souza does next. The film's screening now on Paramount Plus. I saw it at MIF, but it is on Paramount Plus now. So go and check out 6 Festivals. I'm giving it 5 stars.